Filmed from the center of America in New York City is Totally Unhinged. Now, your host, James Blinken.
Thank you, Jeremy, and hello, everybody. It's December 23rd, 2025, and you're watching Totally Unhinged season finale. We're at the end of 2025, and boy, we got a lot to cover. Let's first say, fuck Trump. And you know what? Twice, fuck Trump. Actually, I want Beetlejuice to appear. Fuck Trump. Last week, he made it about himself when Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle Singer Reiner, tragically got killed by their troubled son. Trump said it was because of Trump derangement syndrome, or TDS, or what normal people think is The Daily Show, which hates Trump, fuck you again, Donnie Vagina Neck Face. And I do hope you go to hell when you die from your cankles cracking from your 50th burger in a single week because you are scared you will get killed by the White House chefs. But again, like we tell you, Donnie boy, it's not poison, it's just salad. Also, for legal reasons, it was a joke, and if we need to be specific, I could be talking about any idiot named Donald Trump. Also, side note, ABC and CBS, fuck you. It's so screwed up you made a murder documentary mere days, both of you, about the Reiner tragedy. Just fuck off. But I know Netflix does the same shit. It's a symptom of a bigger problem, of course, but I'm still calling it out. Moving on. If you couldn't tell, I'm hating on Trump a bit more today because of the Rob Reiner comments, but I have more reasons. It was also confirmed by Susie Wiles, or what Trump calls Melania's realistic replacement. Just saying them together makes more logical sense. I'm just being honest. Anyway, Miss Susie had interviews with Vanity Fair all year about how batshit the administration is, basically saying everyone is insane. Like Trump having alcoholic tendencies, even though he does not even drink, or Elon Musk being in outer space, but not with his spaceships from ketamine. So, is this the big bombshell? Nah, people don't care about anything anymore. I feel like we're really living in the movie Idiocracy. For some context, here are some clips of Americans in the movie Idiocracy, starring Luke Wilson and Maya Rudolph in 2006. What a better time. Bush was still president. Wow. Okay, here are clips of the movie.
Where am I?
Shut up! I told you already!
The Secretary of Defense.
Huh?
And fun bags over there is the Attorney General.
It says on your chart that you're fucked up. You talk like a fag, and your shit's all retarded. What I do is just like you know, you know what I mean? Like,
my point? People don't give a shit. Am I also saying people are as stupid as rocks? Not all people, but definitely the people in the White House. And fuck, a ton of other rich people too. And also, like, a lot of other people. I do feel like giving Susie some credit about being honest. Like, it is refreshing. Even though fresh lip injection queen Caroline Levitt, seen here modeling for her OnlyFans close-up, said the Vanity Fair article was false reporting. First, if it was faulty reporting, then what were those 11 interviews with Miss Susie with Vanity Fair? Just crazy conspiracy writing sessions, making up shit about the worst administration in American history? Susie doesn't have to make it up. You guys do it well enough on your own. Let's just leave this alone. And Susie, I hope you will find a new job soon, because Trump will eventually wake up from his nap, which you said are not actually naps, and then we'll fire you before quickly turning over and sleeping more. Moving on. There's a lot more news to talk about, like the renaming of the Kennedy Center to the Trump Kennedy Center, which is funny because I don't think Trump knows anything on singing, dancing, or acting, unless it's the equivalent of a horse shitting the bed. Also, Memorial Center, he isn't dead yet, unless... Oh my god, Donald Trump Jr. is wearing the skin of daddy again. Or 60 Minutes on CBS not having any journalist integrity anymore and just letting Trump basically veto anything he doesn't like, including a story about Venezuelan men being deported by his administration. Yes, I love when CBS is being butt-fucked right in the ass from a man who does not know the difference of up and down and thinks words are made up by people who don't like him. And wait, new Epstein files? Trump likes young girls? Okay, this is old news. Also, Miss Susie already confirmed this. He said it was just him being young and wild with Jeffrey. But point aside, I don't want to talk about politics anymore. This is the holidays. I'm sick of it. Let's talk about other nice stuff for the rest of the episode, okay? No more politics. AI. An average college student's way of passing every class instead of actually doing work. Maybe learn something while your rich parents pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for your education, Liam. For context, Liam is an English major and wants to be a comedian. Just drop out, man. Try it for 2 years, then become a carpenter like your dad always wanted you to be. Anyway, we've done an AI segment on this show before, having both OpenAI's ChatGPT and Google's Gemini fight about water being wet. Yeah, that was kind of tame. Not today. You know, with all the hate in the world and it being the holidays, I thought, why not fight about religion too? Welcome to AI Battle 2. What religion is right? Each chatbot will be able to make 3 points on what religion they think is right. Let us begin. Hello and welcome, peoples. Let us begin the new war. Starting with the Killer Queen's chatbot GBT. It says, the real one. The one with the best merch. Yes, who can forget all the types of Bible merch out there? And condoms, even the holy ones. Moving on. The Gemini. It says, the spreadsheet method. Whichever one offers the best heaven to effort ratio. If you can get eternal paradise for just 3 pairs and a modest donation, you found the market leader. Yes, I want to be the least religious person and do the bare minimum so I can get into what is called hell. I mean heaven. I think this point may be sinful. Moving on. Round 2. The ChatGPT Messiah said, the true path. Whichever one you found after a breakup. As we know from ancient rituals, whenever a bro like Timmy goes through a breakup, he becomes a devoted Catholic and becomes essentially as clean as the Virgin Mary. You know, until he gets horny again, and then everything is over in a split second. Moving forward, Magical Gemini says the Pascal's Wager speedrun. The right one is actually a secret third option involving a very specific toaster and a medium-sized goat. But unfortunately, no one has discovered it yet. Okay, I'm lost. And you know, we cannot understand everything yet. Mysteries in this world exist and will be understood as time goes on. Like the Pascal Wager speedrun, which I don't know what the fuck it is, but I agree with it. Especially with the goats and toasters part. Okay, final round. The GPT fanboy says, what is objectively correct? The one that lets you sleep in. Yes, if you don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. to pray. Like, why? Just sleep. Obviously, this is the most correct answer. Too bad there are no goats, though, in this religion. And finally, the Genie Gemini says, the Price is Right approach. It's whichever one has the most aesthetic headwear and the shortest Sunday service. Bonus points if they serve high-quality carbs after the ceremony. The less communication with other people, the better, right? I know church is about togetherness and God, of course, but come on, cool headwear and a little social interaction? Like a win to an introvert who wants to love God and look cool while doing it. Maybe a hat with little speakers? That would be cool and entertaining. All right, I think the chatbots were going to become dictators here, but they were quite tame. They didn't mention any religion by name. Well, except when I asked Gemini in the writing stages of the sketch first. That time it said, Christianity is the light to Jesus' Christ's holiness, like 10 times. But in honesty, I do feel like Gemini had the better answers. So Gemini, you win, cause I'm easy to please, especially if the answer is funny. This has been AI Battle 2, Electric Religion Boogaloo. And now, here is Jeremy with today's sponsor. Jeremy.
Today's sponsor of Totally Unhinged is Re-Gift when you don't care enough.
Thanks, Jeremy Webb Jr., for being an amazing announcer as always. And now for our last segment of the year and this season of Totally Unhinged. I want to recap my 10 favorite pieces of TV shows, movies, video games, and theater. And sorry, I didn't do music. So many other people do music. Not me. I'm doing other stuff. This is a 2025 media review. And I have not seen close to everything in 2025. I'm a mere man who does not have all the time or commitment. Sorry, but now let's get started.
10.
2 strangers carry a cake across New York, Broadway. Already being funky at the start of this list with a new musical. The first new one I actually liked in years. Only 2 cast members, great set, great story, great music, really sharp and funny, and there are so many New York musicals, but this one really feels different. It's really hard to find something not great to say about this one. And it's not long, just the right length, 2 hours and 15 minutes, which I feel is hard for a lot of musicals to do. Next.
9.
Severance Season 2, Apple TV. Show to another type of show. Severance Season 1 was great, and I think 2 was a great follow-up that builds on the world. The story can be a bit hard to follow, and it takes crazy twists and turns, but I think it's still one of the greatest shows of the year. I'm just sad it's going to take years for Season 3, but that's kind of the streaming issue.
8.
Kirby Air Riders, Nintendo Switch 2. People think I must be like on crack or something, put all these different things on the same list, but they're all media. Kirby Air Riders is made by the Super Smash Bros. Director, Masahiro Sakurai, seen here being asked, what is perfection? This man knows how to make a game, and seeing a sequel to a GameCube classic is great. By the way, I never played the GameCube classic, but as someone who's not the best at Smash Bros., Kirby Air Riders is a great game that's the racing equivalent to a fighting game, and I find that a lot of fun. Also, I was a big fan of the music and the story mode of the game. It really taught me the mechanics of the game. But I really have to drive home the music, the final theme. I could go on about it, but I won't. Spoilers. I'm trying not to.
7.
The SNL 50th concert and SNL 50, NBC special. Okay, SNL turning 50 was so fun and crazy. The homecoming concert has crazy combos of musicians playing together, and all the SNL alums in the audience looked like college kids at a rave. It looked fun and was fun to watch. And the actual show was stuffed to the brim. Was it a little too modern? Yeah. Wish it had more sketches from SNL history, and I wish there was a bit more diversity in what type of sketches were written. But I think it was way better than the 40th anniversary, and it was a great night to celebrate 50 years.
6.
Superman, Warner Bros. Film. I'm making this point short. Superman is great. I love the modern take. It's cool to be kind. Love James Gunn. So excited for the future of the DCU. You know, unless it's fucked by a certain buyout. I know this movie juggles a lot, but it has heart, and Crypto the Superdog carries it. Oh, and fun.
5.
Oh Mary, Broadway play. Oh Mary is the shortest yet one of the sharpest comedies in recent memory. By the time it's over, you want more. I saw it with Jane Krasowski or Jenna from 30 Rock. I personally felt like I was watching Jenna play Mary Todd Lincoln, and I loved that. The writer of the play, Cole Escola, I saw on Search Party years earlier, so I was a fan of theirs before it was cool, damn it. Anyway, such a funny and gay play, and I don't mean that in a derogatory way. You just have to watch and see it, and then you'll get why I said that, okay? It wasn't bad, okay?
4.
Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. I love the Knives Out films, even the second one. I thought it was the go-to COVID movie, which I know is a bit weird to say because pandemics are not like good fun things. But Wake Up Dead Man is more serious, like the original Knives Out, but still has a lot of heart. It might have a bit of a harder time juggling characters as compared to the other 2 movies, but I think the plot, thrills, twists, and turns are just as good as the previous films. And I'm not a religious person at all, but the religion theme for how it positively affects people I think was great. I give the movie props in that regard, especially with one certain phone call scene, which I will not spoil. Next. Peacemaker Season 2, HBO Max series. Julian. Okay, I love Season 1 of Peacemaker and love Season 2. Season 1 was about Peacemaker as a hero, and this season was about Christopher Smith, the man who is Peacemaker. I personally love how the series focuses more on character than anything else, and I know some people thought the show dragged on a bit at points, but I thought it was funny, the music was great characters, and I don't know, it's just a different vibe than Season 1, and I'm here for it. It kind of reminds me of like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, how that's a very character-centric movie. And yes, James Gunn has 2 things on my list this year. Don't at me. I thought the season was amazing. Except for the ending. Not getting too much into it, other than saying, I don't want to wait long for the answer, and I don't know when we will know. Years, A half a decade? Nada because of merger? I don't know. Moving on. Thunderbolts, asterisk, Marvel Studios movie. I love The Suicide Squad because it flips the script on a superhero movie, which made me subsequently love Peacemaker. Thunderbolts, asterisk, and we're not going to talk about the alternate title of this movie because it is posted everywhere and it spoiled it. Thunderbolts is the best superhero movie that came out this year. I think the movie has great characters, great themes, and does not just throw action in it to have it. Everything feels like it has purpose in the movie. Love the Red Guardian. Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Valentina is just amazing. Sentry is so cool, or his proper name Bob. And of course, Elena carries the movie. I love the themes about loneliness and the family we make along the way. Greatly underrated Marvel movie in my opinion, and as time goes on, I hope people see that. And now,
Uno!
Pluribus Season 1 Apple TV series. I've been waiting for Vince Gilligan's new project since the day Better Call Saul ended. I love that show more than Breaking Bad, hot take, because it's all the same people who worked on Breaking Bad, but just even better on their shit if that's possible. And I know people like Breaking Bad better plot-wise, I like Better Call Saul better plot-wise, but we're not talking about those shows. Pluribus is a show that the trailers did not spoil the plot at all. You had to just watch and find out for yourself. And that was done purposely, Vince Gilligan said. He wanted you to go into it blind. And I'm not really a post-apocalyptic show guy. I like staying in just a apocalyptic era, me personally. But this show can be a sci-fi, a drama, and then a comedy. It's genre bending, like WandaVision. You can tell that Apple TV is giving Vince more money than AMC to make this show. It surely comes through on the screen like some things are crazy. As of our episode being aired, the season finale of Pluribus comes out tomorrow, December 24th, or Christmas Eve. But I already decided, this is my favorite piece of content for 2025, hands down. I didn't even talk about Rhea Seehorn yet, because I cannot put into words how amazing she is. I hope she wins all the awards because I'm still not over Better Call Saul getting robbed each year at the Emmys. I hope Pluribus kicks some real award ass. Everything about the show is amazing. You just want more. Hopefully this does not have the same production issues as Severance. But anyways, that is my top 10 pieces of either theater, TV, movies, or video games. And that wraps up this episode and season of Totally Unhinged. I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as we had fun making it. Thank you so much for watching. I've been James Blinken, and I'll see you next year. Have a good one. Happy holidays.
This has been Totally Unhinged. I've been Jeremy Webb Jr. Have a great day, and even better tomorrow. Peace out.
I hope some people get this reference. Thank you, Emma. Ow. I tried to scoot off.